Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
We don't know who the victim is, according to my client, the alleged victim. So I'm sure the court is going to order some form of no contact, but we don't know who that person is. So, Your Honor, we'd ask for the court to consider a personal bond or bond he can reasonably expect to post. He tells me he's been in custody for 2 days. Thank you.
Mr. Medina, you're telling this court through your attorney that you do not know who the victim is in this matter. Is that what you're saying?
The one. What's that?
Who's Yolanda?
She's a girlfriend.
Okay.
And the mother of my child if we were pregnant.
I'm sorry?
And possibly the mother of my child if we're pregnant.
Possibly the mother of your child if she's pregnant.
Yeah. And I could possibly be a father now.
Your Honor, as far as the criminal history goes, Mr. Medina's been arrested several times. I spoke with the victim, Yolanda, at length. She feels like she's a prisoner in her own home. Mr. Medina controls her phone. He actually put a lock on her phone so she couldn't call me. I had to have her transported to the station. She was trying to get into the phone through the phone company. She says he controls every aspect of her life. She's not allowed to leave the house without his permission or him following her, and to make sure he stays away from her.
I ain't got a problem with that.
Well, good. You're going to write down the code for her phone right now for the detective.
It's not a code, it's like a design.
Good. Draw the design out right now for the detective.
With that?
I'm sorry?
I don't have a problem with that. To show him the design. It's not a
Good.
code.
You're going to draw the design right now for the detective.
Okay. The thing is like this, right?
Yep.
I like it goes like this, like that, like that, like that, like that.
Okay.
I ain't got a problem. She told me she put me in charge of it. So that's what I'm
Sir, remember I told you nothing
Sir?
about the facts, sir.
If that turns out to not be the code, I'm letting you know, if that turns out to not be the code, that will be a bond violation.
Looks like.
I'm just informing you, sir. If that turns out to not be the correct code, that will be a bond violation.
That's okay. Looks that's the code. I don't have a reason to lie. And I'm not lying.
Well, you've already indicated that your credibility is already in jeopardy because you claim that you don't know the victim in this manner.
I couldn't understand who it was because I didn't attack no one.
Okay. So let's see. I show a criminal conviction of 19th District Court for larceny. You have felony stolen property dismissed out of the 36th District Court. You have a slew of charges from E-Course in Detroit from 2009. In 2014, do you know what happened with those, sir?
I took care of it.
What does that mean? You took care of it.
I stopped and took care of it. I paid everything that I had to pay. And sold up to Courtney. If it was possible. I don't know. That's not under my control. That's under your control or whatever it was.
Sir,
I'm not understanding the question.
you said you took care of it. Does that mean you pled guilty? Does it mean it was dismissed? I mean, was it reduced? What?
It was.
I'm sorry?
I don't remember. That's how far back it was.
Okay. All right, we are going on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Jose Medina, 232343. And appearance, counsel.
Your Honor, good morning. Richard T. Serrano, P33828. Today, Your Honor, I appear as MADC counsel on behalf of my client, Jose Medina, who's presently in the Wayne County Jail and appears to be a Zoom. We have no objection.
All right, Mr. Medina, your name, please, for the record.
Antonio Medina.
All right, and today is a date scheduled for a pre-trial in this matter, and Mr. Medina is in the Wayne County Jail. Mr. Serrano is present in person. And sir, can you see and hear your attorney okay?
Yeah, I can see him.
And can you hear him?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
All right. And Mr. Serrano, can you see and hear Mr. Medina?
Yes, I can, Your Honor, both.
Okay. All right, and today is the date scheduled for pre-trial in this matter in council.
Your Honor, I met with the prosecuting attorney and we reviewed the file. Apparently, the victim advocate has stated that she's not been able to contact the victim. The prosecutor desires of an adjournment. We have no objection to that adjournment. I would ask the court to sign a discovery order that I've submitted as well. And we leave the court's discretion, and we'll revisit the issue of bond if the court please.
All right, discovery order has been signed. We will adjourn this matter to
Just for the record, Your Honor, the next time I'm available is November 30th for this court. Unless I can hear my Zoom, of course.
November 30th.
Would you like me in person, Your Honor? or-
Yes, November 30th in person
Okay.
at 9:30 a.m. All right, and counsel, you wanted to address bond?
Yes, Your Honor. What I recall, the bond was 10,000, 10% bond.
10,000, 10% bond, no contact with Yolanda Cavazos, not to enter the premises at the home, not to enter the premises at all on Davis Street, apartment or otherwise. Allowed one visit to obtain personal belongings accompanied by a police officer, not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed, not to possess or have access to firearms and or any weapons, and Wayne County Jail GPS tether house arrest.
All correct, Your Honor. Yes.
Those are all the conditions.
Just my client wanted me to ask the court to revisit his bond to see if it can be lowered. He's not working, Your Honor. His only income is Social Security disability. He will find somewhere else to locate, and we'd ask the court to consider that. He tells me he's not on probation or parole, and nothing pending is what he tells me. But again, I told him this is not the time to skirt the issue or, quite frankly, lie to his lawyer like he did last time in arraignment, saying that the person, the alleged victim, was a stranger, etc. I remember clearly. So I'm not going to represent him if he's going to continue to tell falsehoods to the court and or his lawyer. I wanted to make him advised of that. I will continue to represent him until that time occurs if it does.
All right, so the court, your client is charged with domestic violence, and the court, based upon the issues that occurred during the arraignment with the lack of credibility of Mr. Medina, as well as the fact that I believe Mr. Medina wasn't forthright with many things. This court had concerns that your client was able to comply with court orders, and for the protection of Ms. Cavazos, that's why the court issued the order, the bond that it did, and the conditions that it did. And based upon some of the allegations that were put forth in the police report, the court has some serious concerns for the safety of Ms. Cavazos. And so those were the reasons why this court ordered the bond that it did. Is that a problem for you, Mr. Medina, for this court to state the reasons why it issued the bond? Because I'm seeing some eye rolling and some heavy head shaking.
No, no problem. No problem with nobody.
All right, and so council, so the court's not inclined to amend the bond or conditions.
All right, Your Honor. Then we'll see you at the next pretrial.
All right, November 30th at 9:30 a.m.
Thank you.
Thank you.